Hi Jude, it's a pleasure to meet you and I would like to ask, what do you do for a living?
Yeah, thank you for having me here today for the interview. I sell insurance in the United States, but a particular kind of insurance. I sell insurance to lawyers.
Oh, cool, cool. And how did you start this job?
It's interesting. I started this job maybe 15 years ago, and I was a lawyer for 5 or 6 years.
You are a lawyer, really?
I am, but I don't work as a lawyer now.
Cool.
But I worked too many hours for not enough money, yeah, and I didn't enjoy it. And I met someone who was a lawyer in the past, and she told me, you can come work for me and you can sell insurance to lawyers. You can make more money and work less time. And this is important, you can work from anywhere in the world.
Ooh, that's what we like, correct?
Yes.
So you started to travel the world, correct?
I did not from the beginning.
Okay.
I worked for maybe 2 years, very hard, to build a book of business. But when I had enough clients, she said, you can work from anywhere. And I started to work from other countries.
Oh, cool. So at the beginning, you start to work remotely, and then you start to travel, you start to enjoy your time.
Yes, this is exactly true.
Okay.
The first trip
Sí.
was out of the country, was for 4 months to Costa Rica.
To Costa Rica. In which part of Costa Rica? You
So-
told me before, I think.
Yeah, this city is called Playa Grande. It is close to Tamarindo, which is in Guanacaste, a part of
Northern
Costa
part, huh?
Yes, close
Northern
to
part.
the border with Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Mhm.
Ah.
Okay.
I would like to ask, what was your first impression of this place?
It's funny, I was nervous. I was concerned. I left the airport. This is the first time I had visited outside the country, but only for vacation.
Sí.
This was the first time I went to someplace new where I had to work, and I had to work for 8 hours, and I had to sell insurance policies. And I remember leaving the airport, and I thought that the prices would be very low. And my wife and I left the airport and went to the first restaurant just outside of the airport, which was an hour away from where we were going to live. And I saw the prices on the menu, and they were very high.
Wow.
And I was nervous. I thought, this is not going to work. I was terrified that this wouldn't work. And then an hour later, I was in a little town with no banks and only 2 restaurants, and the internet some days worked and some days didn't.
It's complicated, huh?
Yes, you know the story. But we say in English, baptism by fire.
Baptism by fire, okay.
But it worked. It worked.
Nice. What would be your next trip?
Okay, so we did this for 4.5 months, and after a month, it was interesting because every day we lived in an apartment that was maybe 5 minutes by walk from the beach, and I would leave the apartment. Instead of driving to the office, I would walk to the beach, and there was a restaurant, and I would spend 8 hours a day sitting in the restaurant and hearing the waves and working on my computer. And for the first 2 or 3 weeks, I was nervous that I couldn't do this. And I met another American there who had been traveling for a long time. And at a party one weekend, he said to me, you do the same thing in the office. Why can't you do this? And something changed. I realized he was right. And the very next week, I sold an insurance policy that was very large. And so I closed a very big deal. And I realized something switched. And I realized this is possible. I can do this anywhere. It's no different than being at home. And then it became magical to spend the evenings looking at the stars, in the mornings walking through the jungle to work, to sit in a restaurant and hear the waves. And at lunchtime, and this is important for me, I would work for 4 hours and then I would take the lunch and I would go surf at the beach.
That's amazing, huh?
It was incredible.
Dai.
Yeah.
Jude, thank you very much. I'm going to give you a hand. Let's see if we can make it.
Yeah. Thank
good,
you.
Good.
It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you very much. Enjoy your beer, enjoy some food.
Say chin chin.
Cin cin, salute.